stop. Moist! Okay,
That's
seriously,
all right.
I'm done. But I have not had an adult beverage in over 14 years. Yeah, thank you! Woo. Do you know how hard it was to quit Metamucil? No, yes, I mean booze. Drinking was hard because of the strain that it put on all of my closest relationships, like my family, my friends, and all of the pizza delivery places in a 5-mile radius. Yeah, because I would get drunk and I'd order pizza and then I'd promptly pass out. Like, I need a small pizza and a large man. Are you a large man? Yeah. I need extra sausage on both. Yeah. And I like my pizza like I like my men. Hot, not too crusty. And then the next morning I'd wake up to several voicemails like, Kim, this is Pizza Hut. We can hear you snoring. Yeah. It's the third time this has happened this week. Yeah. Yeah. So I got banned from Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Papa John just stopped returning my calls. So yeah, kind of sucks. But so you guys, I was recently talking to my friend Tanya from Texas, and it's funny because that's her full legal name, Tanya from Texas. Yeah. And Tanya was spilling the tea. She's like, Kim, I cannot stop cheating on my husband Curtis. And I've met Curtis, so I kind of get it. Yeah. But you know, I felt she had 3 options. I was like, 1, you could stop, you know. 2, you could talk to Curtis about an open relationship, or 3, just get divorced. And she came back with, Kim, I don't want to stop. I don't want to talk to Curtis about an open relationship. He's not open to anything. Yeah, don't you remember the edible panties incident? Of 2019? Yeah. And she didn't want to get divorced either. So I came in for the tough love. I'm like, Tanya, you're being selfish because you can't have your cake while others are eating your pie too. Yeah. Hey, I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote from Gandhi or Confucius. Yeah. Or Andy Cohen. Okay, probably dealing with all those housewives. I'm gonna say Andy Cohen, but you guys, over the holidays, my husband got me a piano. Yay! And it's weird because I have not played piano in over 35 years, so the only songs I know how to play are from the 80s. Yeah. And I don't want to brag, but lately I've been banging out the hit song by Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero. Do you guys remember that song? Anybody? Okay. From Footloose, okay? And I mean the Kevin Bacon Footloose, not that Julianne Hough recent bullshit, okay? No. No. Very passionate about that. But it's actually that song where they're like on the tractors doing the chicken race and they're playing, you know, holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's got to be strong, he's got to be fast, and he's got to be fresh from the fight. And it's like, we get it, Bonnie Tyler. You like toxic cis men, okay? Like, come on. But I did find out my husband's motives for getting me the piano were not solely for me. No. Secretly, he's wanted to play his entire life. And we've been together 13 years, and I'm just learning this. Yeah, I guess it's better than finding out he has been cheating on me, right? Or has a secret second family, or is into anime. Yeah. Yeah. But it's funny because he wants me to, and I've taught him how to play a few songs, and you know, I know from muscle memory, and he's like, please, Ken, can you teach me some more? And he's British, yeah, he doesn't just talk like this, but he does sound like Oliver Twist, yeah. But it's hard because most of my playing's from muscle memory, so, you know, it's kind of like waking up, being able to speak a second language, and not knowing how. So you guys, I'm pretty much Jason Bourne. Yeah. I don't want to brag, but anybody here ever get fired before? like dating DeVito. Yeah. From Batman Returns. You're not living until you've been fired by the Penguin, okay? He started out with, Kim, I'm gonna be Frank. And yeah, this is extra annoying because his name was Frank. It's like, we are firing you. This is not a layoff. You're being fired. Yeah. And that was verbatim what he said. And it was kind of like being broken up with by a sociopath. Like, Kim, I found someone else. She's younger, thinner, and can do Excel spreadsheets. Yeah. Oh well. I guess I shouldn't have gotten involved with my boss then. Oh, like you never had a dating DeVito penguin fetish. Come on. Super hot. But you guys, I am gainfully employed now, and my job is literally to find other people's jobs. Yeah. I'm a recruiter, and part of my job is I review a lot of resumes all day. Don't be jealous. Yeah. And so I have to use spell check, and you guys, spell check has gotten a bit woke. Okay? Yeah, it flagged the word bachelor as inclusive language. Yeah, it said I should use unmarried person. So that's the day I discovered that I have an unmarried person degree in journalism. Yeah, with a person under the age of 18 in marketing. So yeah, pretty excited about that.
Yes, sir.
So I did see my dad over the holidays, and he has this weird obsession with social media. Like he asks me about it every single time we talk. He's like, "Okay, Kim, tell me again. Should I get on the Snapchat?" Dad, please lower your voice. We're in church. It's called Snapchat. Although I did find his dirty magazines when I was little, and something tells me he might have been in the Snapchat. It's like, should I get on one of those senior dating websites, and can I get a virus from it? Like horny baby boomers plus technology? 100%. Yeah. Then the conversation took a turn I was not prepared for. He's like, I don't want to embarrass your mother, but she booty called me. And my parents have been divorced for over 30 years. Shocking, right? And I was like, Dad, don't you mean that Mom butt dialed you? And he's like, I get this confused. Yeah. Booty call is how you were conceived. Yeah. You'll be happy to know my dad did get on one of those senior dating websites. I think it was called Silver Singles, although he kept insisting it was called Grandma Grinder. Yeah, or Senior Snatch Chat. Yeah. And the weird thing is, it was the same when my mom was on, so apparently he booty called her, she gave him a virus, and they gave me 10 more years of therapy. Yeah, thanks, I can cook.
Once upon a time, the podcast, again, we listened to it, or seen it, or heard anything of it, it's dope. Doesn't look like I got a lot of people who can relate. Would you smoke and talk about fairy tales? Absolutely. You know what? I love surprises. I did not see that from you. At all. Now I kind of want to smoke with you. Like a lot. No, it's cool, man. I love doing the podcast. It's funny though, because you learn certain things about different cultures. Because I was like, man, black parents are always strict. But now I'm like listening to these like German fairy tales. Shit. Like you fuck up once as a kid, they will put you in a baked good. Like, oh, what happened to little Heinrich? Oh, he stepped in the neighbor's yard and then now he's a pie. Would you like some pie? It's terrible. It's terrifying. I tried to tell my dad about like my podcast, and every time I talk to him about either technology or social media or something like that, he instantly turns into somebody who has an old ass Southern accent. Oh boy, you don't know, you know about the podcast. They have to hook me with that internet TV because the cable's too damn high. When did you become Foghorn Leghorn? It's terrible. I love my dad though. My dad, growing up, my dad was my hero. He's big, strong, like 6'4", 270-ish, all muscle. Not my real dad, obviously, because I'm like 5'11" and like, not all muscle. But as you can see, I got like a little bit of a big head for, besides the human being I have. So when I was a kid, I obviously had a big head, and I was a dumb kid. So I decided I was gonna stick my head in the bars of the jungle gym. I don't know. I was looking, I was like, you know what? I can get in there. Why? Never crossed my mind. I was 5 years old, I was stupid, all right? But my dad ran over, bent the bars open so I could get the head out. I was like, man, that's my hero. You run and applause me, like your dad said your hero, or your dad can do it. It's important to have your dad as your hero, But it's also important to see him a little bit vulnerable. Because, literally a year later, I'm 6. He's picking me up from school, and like, it's fire drill all of a sudden. I don't know why. He's like, get in the car right now. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I had to shit. And I was like, okay, I've had this before. I'm 6. I understand what it's like. I have to shit my pants recently. But I had no idea, so we're driving back, and he's screaming like he's an extra in Bad Max. So I realized my dad's kryptonite is explosive diarrhea. Which, shockingly enough, happens to a lot of people as they get older. I realize that. But honestly, growing up was great. I love both my parents were amazing. While I was in high school and I was in spring break, I'm like, you know what? All my friends are going down to Florida, having a good time. They're talking about all the fun stuff they want to do. I'm like, Mom, can I go to Florida? My friend Chad, my mom looked me dead in the face and said, I don't give a fuck what them white parents is doing. We ain't going to Florida. I'm like, she could have just told me we were broke. That would have been so much easier. No, but, so, my mom's so, damn. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out, but that was like, I see the look on your face after you spilled that drink. I feel that so hard. Can you please help her? Oh, okay. No, that's hurt for you. No, so my mom's solution for my spring break was like, you know what we're gonna do as a family? We're gonna go to St. Louis. And she got mad at me when I was like, what the fuck is in St. Louis? Like, I was in high school, we didn't cover that shit at all in American history. Nobody cares. So the one thing in St. Louis is the St. Louis Arch. Everybody knows what the St. Louis Arch, right? So we all get this, there's a little elevator that goes up to the top, and you see all the little. There's really nothing there. It's ridiculous. But we're in the elevator, and it's 5 of us. It's my brother, a sister who's at the time 5, and my mom and my dad. So we're all sitting in this elevator. We're about to go up. We're this is like a one fun thing that we're doing because it was so cold in the zoo. None of the animals were out, and I was like, "Fuck it, I don't blame you. It's cold as shit, bro." So we're in this elevator. My dad's sitting on there, and he looks at his whole ass family just before the elevator doors close. Says, "Something ain't right," and then jumps the fuck out of the elevator. This 270-pound man jumps out of the elevator like a cat who saw a cucumber. And then there was no explanation. And then nobody had a cell phone at the time, so we just are up in the top of in the arch, trying to pretend to learn history with my mom, who's still trying to figure out what the hell her husband just did. Left his whole ass family. It's like, oh no, look, we can read this. It's like, I don't want to read, Mom. I want to know what's wrong with Dad. What the hell is going on? Still to this day, he's never gave me an explanation for that shit. But my mom's dope too. My mom, when I was in 8th grade, took me to my first concert. Now, not gonna lie, to be really real with you guys, doesn't look like a lot of hip-hop fans in the house. So I have to explain some shit. So we went to a concert called P. Diddy and the Fam. It was like one of the big concerts that first happened at Van Dam. It was like all my friends were going. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're going with them." I was like, "Oh, who are you guys going with?" "Oh, we're going with so-so." They're going with their friends. I with my mom. Now, it was like once I got there, we're in the arena, and I can see all the acts. I'm like, I'm excited. This is great. It doesn't matter if I'm there with my mom. And it was the first time I actually smelled weed, and so changed my life ever. So, the concert starts, everything's going cool, and now my favorite rapper at the time was Busta Rhymes. Yeah, Busta Rhymes was the shit back in the day. But he had this segment in his show that he said, all right, everybody, this is a time where it's called take off your motherfucking clothes. I looked dead at my mother. And she's like, don't look down there. You think I want to have this experience with you? And she's covering my face and looking and shit like, oh, you can't look if I can't look. This is like not the experience we're going to have today. So, I'm also getting into golf a little bit. And I love golf. It's great to, get out, enjoy the sunshine, things like that. And I like to talk to people. So I one day, I'm just, get myself set up, and this older white gentleman looks at me, and we accidentally caught eyes, and he looks at me over there, I thought this in an interaction, but he smiles and walks over, he's like, oh, I get to make a new friend, cool. And I think that's a great thing to do at, especially at any time, because I think everybody from different walks of life should get to know each other. I just was a little too high to be that person for this guy. Sometimes, you're just out and about, and I was like, I don't want to talk to people while I would be polite, but man, he's just so high. So, he talks to me, and, we're talking about the weather, everything's going cool, and then I start to do that, little moonwalk, where you, really done with the conversation, and, people don't, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. And then, he realized that the conversation's over, but he wasn't done yet. So he just, scrambles and he tries to find the first black person that comes up to mind. He's like, so, Tiger Woods on? I was like, shit. This is another 10-minute conversation. And it was cool, but at the same time, I'm still backing out, all right, cool. And as I'm leaving, he goes, and about that Charles Barkley, out of no damn where. Now, here's why I'm a little sensitive. I just started shaving my head, and the last motherfucker you think you want to be compared to as far as head shape is Charles fucking Barkley. It's like somebody dipped a beach ball in chocolate. That's not what I feel like I look like. I was brutally upset. God damn it. Nah, I also used to work in a restaurant. I still do work in a restaurant, but I'm a manager now, damn it. Respect me. I discount shit. I used to wait tables a lot, and waiting tables makes a lot of money, it's fun, you have no responsibilities and all you do is drink. The servers here make sure you guys take care of them, because they need alcohol money. But you also get a lot of weird interactions with people, I was waiting on this one dude, and he goes, I'm getting a drink order, and he's like, I'll have a chocolate Coke. I'm like, cool. Not weird there. Actually, it was weird. I was like, what the fuck's the chocolate Coke? He's like, oh, just put syrup and chocolate, or, chocolate syrup in a Coke, and it's like vanilla Coke. I was like, cool. I had it to him. No big deal. Right? I drop it off. He says, it's weird you, didn't know what a chocolate Coke is. You being chocolate and all. Yeah, he for real said that shit with the confidence. He was like, no, this is gonna kill. I'm like, bro. How do I not choke the shit out of you right now? You're looking at me this 265 I'm making an hour. But it got me thinking. I was like, how racist do you have to be to just categorize people by flavor? I'm sure you didn't run that past his jalapeno friends. Fucked up, man. But it did get me thinking, now I'm gonna have to start calling all my white friends ranch. Y'all love that shit, you put it on everything. Alright, thanks everybody.
A couple weeks from now, I'm gonna be 45 years old, and thanks. As I mentioned also, I've never been married, no kids, I've pretty much been single my whole life. So one of the last things that I did during the pandemic was I actually tried online dating for the first time, which a lot of comedians have talked about. And I did it, it's becoming much more popular, but, like I said, I'm in my mid-40s, so I was very hesitant to try it for a while. I kind of thought there was this stigma, I didn't really grow up and that kind of era of online dating. So I was very hesitant, but I had the time during the lockdown. I went ahead and did it. Now, I tried this service called Match.com. Anybody? My applause. I was going to say, somebody's lying because I've seen your fucking profile. You better clap. I know who you are. Well, I tried Match.com, and I gotta admit, I was wrong, about there being a stigma. I get why it's so successful. That's all you hear anymore is people talking about success stories. There might even be somebody in here that met from a similar service, and I get it. It really just comes down to the technology, folks, right? Because this was even a couple years ago, and at that point, like, the technology blew my mind. Now, some of you folks that are my age or older probably remember back in the 90s when you had to do like a book report or something. There was this great program called Microsoft Word. Right? And no matter what you needed to do, you could be staring at a blank piece of paper and just type one letter, and out of nowhere would come this little paperclip bicycle guy, right? Like Clippy was his name, right? Just, one letter, and he just roll out and be like, hey there, John. Looks like you're trying to write a resume. Would you like some help? Like, hell yeah! Like, he'd fill that out, he'd take your first 2 weeks, your orientation. It was amazing, right? Well, believe it or not, folks, I can't believe this, but Clippy is over at Match.com now. Yeah! Blew my mind too. You gotta check. In fact, I encourage everyone in here, in this room, to go on tomorrow and start an account for Match.com. Like, even if you're married in a relationship, do a joint account. It doesn't. Just gotta check out. So I went on there, I built my profile, like I got the pictures of me like, rock climbing and canoeing and stuff, and like, put some quotes on there, and I had it all ready to go shopping or whatever they call it. And so now I'm scrolling through and I find a profile of a young lady that I really like. Right? And I'm going to try to send that message, and I'm staring at this blank screen, and as I'm trying to think of what to write, because it's still very intimidating, here comes Clippy out of nowhere on his little paperclip bicycle, right? I say, hey there, John. Looks like you're trying to lie to a woman. Would you like some help with this? And this is the last thing I'll say. Like, I don't want you folks to turn on me. I'm not trying to be, like, saying I'd be deceptive with women. I would never ever do that, right? But sometimes you just need like a wingman to keep you from like saying something stupid. Like I have that point where I can't lie to women. I'm too nice. So like I'm just admitting truths way too early. They have no business done, right? And it's just like, oh, okay, fine. I would love to have Clippy. Perfect case in point. Before the pandemic, I was traveling all over the country, and I was in Nashville, Tennessee. Had a great show at a full bar like this. It was wonderful. After the show, this absolutely gorgeous young blonde just kind of wobbles over to me and says, hey, how are you? Like, I couldn't help but notice how funny you were at the show tonight, and I have to tell you that I think funny men are very sexy. It's like, are you really single? I mean, yeah, I am. Oh. Now, folks, this is before I grew my hair out during the pandemic, right? So she kind of leaned in, and she could see this little bit of scar left over from some stitches I had a few weeks earlier. And now she really lit up. She saw this. She, I noticed there's some stitches on your head. Did you get in a bar fight? Are you a funny, sexy, dangerous, funny man? I said, no, Brittany. It was not a bar fight. I actually stood up off the toilet too quickly. Like this. Yeah. Jumped right up after like 20 minutes, got a little woozy, blacked out, hit my head on the sink on the way down. Now I'm bleeding all over the tile floor. I tell you what, if my mom had to come downstairs to do some laundry, I might have died. So, all right, thank you folks so much. I'm Ryan Hester. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
There's always a job that you know you wouldn't be good at, because I'm a customer service person, I'm a people person. I like to satisfy people's wants and needs. So I would not be good at the suicide hotline. They would call in and go, I'm going to kill myself, man. I'm going to hang myself from my ceiling fan in the living room. I'd be like, no, sir, don't do that. Please, do not do that. Why not? Because the ceiling fan will probably fall down and then you're going to be arrested and do some time in jail. If you want to do that, get yourself 100% nylon rope. Is there a balcony close by? If you have a balcony close by, that would help. And for $39.95, I will email you right now the top 10 ways to commit suicide. So I would not be good at the suicide hotline at all. That usually would get my nerves going. And when I get my nerves going, I have to poop. I was so nervous the other day. I was walking with my girlfriend. I said, uh-oh, I gotta go. I said, we need to find a bathroom right now. I took like 2 steps. I was like, uh-oh. She goes, what happened? I said, I think I had an accident. So I go to the bathroom, and I pulled out my pants. First I looked because I got to check. And there was nothing there. I was like, whoo, got away with that. After dropping about 10 pounds, I wiped like we do. You know, you fold the toilet paper over, you wipe, you look, you fold it back over, reuse it. And when I looked, there was nothing there. I was like, what the hell? I feel like I've been robbed. I mean, I put a lot of work into this, and there's nothing there. It took me a minute to realize I have invisible poop. That's what it was. So then I look back at my pants and I go, I probably shit all over myself. I just can't see it because it's invisible. So I took my clothes to my girlfriend and I go, here, wash these. And she goes, did you have an accident? I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. She looks inside and she goes, I don't see anything. I said, it's because it's invisible. Just wash them. 5 minutes later, she comes back with my clothes and goes, here you go. And I go, why are you giving them back to me? She goes, I washed them. I go, how could you wash and dry them in 5 minutes? She goes, easy. I used the invisible washer and the invisible dryer. So I was with my kids over the holidays, and my kids did something that I've never really seen anybody do, and it kind of shocked me. I'm watching, and they're standing there, and they go, what the hell was that? They go, I sneezed. I go, that was a sneeze? I go, how do you do that? They go, I just hold it in. Okay, I said, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. So I tried it. I blew out both eardrums and shit myself instantly. I was like, please be the invisible poop. Good. Anybody married in here? Where are my married people? Got one? You're just one. Married to yourself. That's how I like it. Sex all the time. Never get a no. If you guys have sex, guys, please be safe. Use condoms. I stopped one night and bought a box of condoms, and the clerk asked me, do you need a bag to go with that? I said, no, man, she ain't that fucking ugly. He said, the bag is for you, douche. But we better double bag it for her safety. But if you're going to use a condom, you may need a lubricant. If you're going to have anal sex, do not use toothpaste. It says right on the tube, bites cavities. And it ain't lying. My ass is still burning. But she has fresh breath. That's my time, folks. I'm Joel Cooper. Thank you guys.